between then PMP caretaker for Central Kingston Lawrence Rowe and the party's General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell. The conversations included Rowe complaining to Dr. Campbell that he had received only $300,000, while other PMP representatives had received more. Mayor Swaby responded to the allegations in a statement on January 31. He stated then that municipalities do not disperse cash. He also stated that the KSAMC did not authorize or facilitate cash disbursements to any individual. Mayor Swaby also asserted that if any such transaction took place, it was not sanctioned by the corporation and did not involve public funds. At the corporation's monthly meeting today, Mayor Swaby again denied the allegations that the KSAMC used public funds to support the PMP in election campaign activities. According to him, any money handed to Lawrence Rowe was privately raised.
I will clarify that any money Mr. Rowe received from a member of my administrative staff were not public funds from the KSAMC or any other public source. Those funds were privately raised through party initiatives and efforts. This is not an unusual occurrence, as is a norm for individuals and organizations to contribute to political parties during the campaign. No funds from the KSAMC were used to bolster the political support of any candidate in the individual or constituencies. For the record, the KSAMC does not disperse cash to individuals, and any suggestions to the contrary is categorically false.
Mayor Swaby says Mr. Rowe was wrong in assuming the $300,000 he was told to come collect was for political purposes.
Based on the content of the message, I can only assume that the money referred to is the $2.7 million allocated to each of the respective divisions. These money include a portion from the KSAMC Divisional Allocation Fund, as well as one allocated by the ministry. Clearly, Mr. Rowe wrongfully assumed that the money being considered being spent in these divisions were for political gain. Those funds were legitimate allocation from the KSAMC and the ministry, designated for community initiatives in the absence of an elected councillor.
Khaleesi Wright for Nationwide News.
And there are questions this afternoon about the sincerity of Mayor Swaby's latest statement about the growing scandal at the KSAMC. This in light of leaked audio from late December last year, in which he's heard telling an unidentified man about how he had spoken to several individuals and helping some others in his bid to ensure that Central Kingston is won by the PNP's candidate come election day. We have more in this report from George Davis.
In the leaked audio to our news center, Swaby uses the word money once, but he uses the phrase, gel the thing together, and grill up the thing, to suggest he has taken deliberate action to help the PNP win in Central Kingston and save his own political skin. Our sources say the audio was recorded on December 31, 2024. Here is what the mayor and the chairman of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, Andrew Swaby, was heard saying about his efforts to prevail upon certain named individuals to reward him later for favors he would do for them now. Listen carefully as Mayor Swaby speaks about his deliberate actions.
I have tried in my way to help to gel the thing together. I talk to Charmian, I talk to Charmian's sister, I talk to other people in the constituency. I want even tell us if I me go have this with the sports team, I keep on handling them over 3 days. And me and Bull and them and they attack. And in a mile ago, we try and help them. That we can't say, boy, every time come, we can't, if you don't need me talk to them, we can't talk. Even Christmas, we help them, you know. Even Christmas, we send something to give them. And we do it deliberately so, and I go through the car, and say, be one in a position for us, boy, they put me bother, and we can't talk to them.
So who is this bull, Mayor Swaby? Is he the reputed Don from Top Road in Central Kingston? Mayor Swaby goes on to explain to the man he's speaking with that the reason he has taken deliberate action to help certain people in Central Kingston is because he has seen those people act in a certain way when other men gave them money. He then says that both he and Audrey took a deliberate look at how best to help certain individuals in Central Kingston.
Me know the role, but then the player when other man can go and get them. That's why me that try to say, let me talk to them to make sure say we will really think up then they get the pain in our mind.
Yeah.
And everything me do a man comes to me talk, me do me help in the Christmas, me go far and wide. That's why me come here all the sit down and we look for it like themselves. It's ABC car. We know we target Central Kingston to win. We know that. And then I look for the whole run, they look and say, do you want PMP win? And my backside of the door when we have an MP and a Central Kingston. The bar that in front of them come closer to me. They have more than one interest. Why you want Central Kingston?
Mayor Swaby did not identify the Audrey he referred to in the clip. Who is this Audrey, Mayor? And what role does she play in helping you decide how to allocate resources that come through the KC?
I'm going to show you how you can earn $25 every 10 minutes by just simply reading. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go download this app called Diagnosis.
MC? Based on how he mentioned her, it would appear as if that Audrey is known to both himself and the man with whom he was having that conversation on December 31 last year. Nationwide News reported earlier that among the allegations made by former PNP caretaker in central Kingston, Lawrence Rowe, is that a member of Mayor Swaby's administrative staff told him to collect $300,000 cash from the KCMC. Rowe was told that he was at liberty to spend the cash as he saw fit, but that this gift to him was not for public knowledge. The name of that staff member at the KCMC who communicated that message to Lawrence Rowe on December 17, 2024, Audrey Smith-Facey. George Davis for Nationwide News.
And former PNP caretaker for Central Kingston, Lawrence Rowe, says Mayor Swaby's denial of allegations that the KSAMC, under his leadership, has been distributing public funds to PNP political representatives lacks credibility. Rowe made the claim in an open letter to Mayor Swaby. He posted that letter to his Facebook account just after 4 this afternoon. Rowe wrote that given the gravity of the issue and the public interest surrounding it, he's declaring that at no time was he ever advised that funds received by PNP political representatives, including himself, in December last year were party resources. Rowe says, in fact, any monies which PNP representatives received from Party Central are collected at the PNP's Old Hope Road headquarters. In a stunning revelation, Rowe said the funds collected over the Christmas season by PNP political representatives were collected on the compound of the KSAMC. Mr. Rowe says he's therefore seeking Mayor Swaby's response to a raft of questions. These include whether the allegedly privately raised funds the mayor speaks of were indeed documented in the PNP's financial records. He's also asking whether Mayor Swaby formally advised the PNP General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, of the expenditures, and if so, in what capacity. Rowe says Mayor Swaby must also tell the country whether there were other PNP caretakers who received funds in the same manner as he did. The former PNP caretaker is also challenging the mayor to provide documented evidence of the approval and disbursement of the sums which he told the KSAMC meeting today had been allocated to each division.
In other news,
Yes, sir. Baby,
When
the resignation today.
our government try its best to rid this country of criminals, we see Swaby funding criminals
Mm-hmm.
because Swaby in his voice note saying give the strong man or him give whatever the man the name.
Man named Bull.
Yeah. It is a done.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Somebody where police are look for. Somebody where him know. Because now the police, I go ask you now. We go pick up Mayor Swaby. I make him carry go up a bully yard. Yeah man.
When will the
Out in
peaceful
Clark, I make
protest?
him squeal. Because if him Swaby can give Bull money, it means that Swaby know where Bull is located. So he need to go pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
you
the
for
Jamaica
fund criminals.
Constabulary Force and the need to go to Swaby. Swaby know which part Bull there.
What am I do for the country that him deserve fear? Where am
Swaby
I
is a man of
They like
interest
to
now,
know
you know.
what am I do for the municipal corporation?
Exactly. So
Sway
Give them my
you
money, you
are a
know.
man
Give
of
them some
interest.
money. You just a lob by him out, so. God.
Just a laba.
I'm me fi tell you.
Come, Swebe.
You
We
know,
need
sir,
answers. If you can't answer, you have to step down.
the 3 divisions.
Morning, everybody. Morning again. Hey,
Morning there.
Classic. How you doing? Long
I'm
time.
good now, you do.
Big up yourself.
More sell us some more seasoning, you know. I'm tell you, I'm buying no more seasoning.
I know my daughter fi buy the seasoning them. Me always ask her she not buy and she tell me say she love your seasoning them, but she not buy. Me don't know what.
She not link no.
Me don't know what going on with her.
Maybe she want me to be your son-in-law and she afraid to tell me, so she not link me.
Classic, you know easy, you know. You have mount a son-in-law, you want me.
Oh boy.
You're a rich boy.
Huh?
You're a rich boy,
Action
man.
Jackson. So basically, them need to read the bill in the Senate, and once read in the Senate and pass in the Senate, then that's it.
And the
That's
governor
what I
general
think.
sign off on it.
Yeah, then the Governor General sign off on it, and then that's it.
But I could go back to Crosses Swebe. Batman Swebe because I'm a fund.
My
I'm
gangster.
criminal activities, so I'm a bad man. Not gangster himself. He's a person of interest as of now. As of yesterday when him sent out a voice note, the leaked voice note. Swebe, you're a person of interest. You need to turn yourself in.
So what about
Fund criminal activities.
So what about when the video come? What do video then?
You better
There's no
step
video
down with the
there.
liquor. Step down before the video post.
And that me then say too. If he have sense. And then need to lock the port entry. Because I know a lot of people going to try run. Oh.
Yeah,
The
man,
port
him
entry need to be locked.
not need for not just resign, you know. Him need to go spend some prison time.
Oh, you mean? Taxpayer money and he like to talk about charity.
No, you know that Swebe is responsible for 3 divisions, separate and apart from the one that he is responsible for.
Yes.
Because them 3 people were drop out. Him responsible for them there, you know. 3 councillors. So the political mileage what them talk about, nothing more than him have the 3 candidates for the PNP. I spend that money to give them political mileage. So we say we party have to go do some whole heap of hard work, you know, for him to regain the supporters.
What kind of hard work?
A whole heap of hard work. Because I am saying to you, listen, people. You see them strong man there, when them get money to carry out certain activities, and you know, in a them garrison there, you know, and them people run off the place. No, when our candidate, what we have, we're going to run in at the same seat. Go in there now. Unless it's a strong labor right seat.
So the 3 division them is a strong labor right division.
A three strong labor right divisions?
Of course, anybody when them put up a chance.
All 3 of them was ours before.
Classic.
Yes.
Remember,
me tell you, Classic, at Denham Town we are talk about. And we are talk about Chancellor Hall Division we Dwayne Smith just cross over to MP and Donga Andrew. But the backside them a go. That's what them cannot win them no matter how much money them spend, them cannot win Denham Town.
Me think so one of them for some reason me think so one of them is a PNP seat.
None of them are no PNP. They can't win one of them.
money to win it.
Oh yes, that was
the money to win, but they can't
win it.
Because I was here being so happy that one of them are for them, so we can win that and gain the mayorship.
No,
that pump then they pump money to take you over.
I put money for winning. None of them are not for them.
So they need to get the done them first. Who they get the money
listen,
for?
I don't want to pay the done at Denham Town and labor right. No labor right at Denham Town. No PNP at Denham Town.
Check Candy. Morning, guys.
Morning, Petal.
But what them do, them Desmond, you must give Desmond the parish council money, right? But he all on pan the other two division money. But he's supposed to give the Prime Minister and Dwayne Smith those funds.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to do that. As he rightly said, he's not supposed to give money to anyone, and him supposed to spend it because as we speak, he is the councillor for those three divisions.
Right, but he's not supposed to give the MP them the money.
No.
So why
And him supposed to spend it. Him alone supposed to spend
why
it.
did this man?
But some money did there. It look like the money come from the municipal corporation for the road work in the Christmas season, and not from the MP. And as such, he would have give Desmond money towards doing the work.
So why never give the other MP them?
Kind of rate them, and I'm bridging them.
Well,
No man,
I want to know is it right?
him figure the MP them the money. Any money
No,
when
we
him
know
get for the
why.
division, him figure the MP.
No, we know why they don't want break up. They don't want gang to break up in Jamaica, eh? Right. It done.
They finance them.
It done them dirty work.
Yeah, man, they finance it done them for them dirty work. Be carried out. Petal, how you feeling?
Come on.
You know, say, listen to this. Me supposed to get up feeling perfectly fine because it's the evening. In the morning, me stuff up. In the evening, me good. Start doing some housework. Not heavy lifting. And me go on my bed. I wake up this morning, never too bad. And now me have one dental appointment, 11 o'clock. And me doze off and wake up back stuffy. So me just call them and ask them. Because you have to do one declaration when you go. To ask them if you have any cola or stuff like that. I have a big declaration, but it haven't happened this time I wake up to so then I must still come. Now you give me a break and stuff like that. I'm not wear mask.
Where are you in Canada?
Okay, dear.
Yes, sweetie pie?
You live in Canada?
Yeah.
That place is so cold. Wow.
Yeah, cold. It's cold for 1 year. That's why I look like me get sick.
People always say England cold, but me hear Canada and America colder than England.
No, the thing is, summer nice, everything nice. England, I could have spring, summer, autumn, winter. Over there just wet, cold and miserable.
No go so I me live left England.
That's how we
Petal.
In the summer, all right. Talk it truth though. In a July, you can find yourself over there cold.
Petal, me I gotta tell you about England.
No, answer me question. Not tell me nothing. Just answer.
You're not gonna find. Depends on where you're at, my lovely. May I tell you the real truth? You have a point, but depends on where you're at. Okay?
London.
Well, me no know, but London, yeah, always have cold and look away. But summer is here. You have summer here.
Like how we have summer from May. From April, the times that April you just need a spring jacket.
Yes.
May onward up. You're perfectly fine. But right back to more and say I'll begin of September. Nice and sunny and temperature nice. Not over there.
No man, which part me live man enough so bad at all. Not lie. Remember I know when me did before me come to England, you know, and when the time come for me, come to England, you know, man, me I say, Lord Jesus Christ, and them same thing I may have really call it, you know, when me I hear about. Yeah, you follow me. And then when I come here, and summer come, we have to use our fan.
You have to use AC. Listen to this, though, Elaine. We come to England multiple times. And when we come to England, at 12 degrees Celsius, I mean, back out and I say, wow, you see 12 degrees Celsius in Canada? Canada cold is dry. 12 degrees Celsius in Canada, you can put on a spring jacket or a thick sweater and you go on by your business. That's a nice, beautiful, sunny weather. Try it in England when you have 12 degrees and you see what happens to you. Try it. Just try it. The wind, you broke off some corner and the wind will come on your face. You are.
But then, Petal, then, but we not see no fall like how we fall at them place in America.
Then snow and snow falling always cold.
Then because the place cold, why snow come?
No, well, yeah.
No.
Here, when no snow now fall, and the place colder than when snow fall. The only thing annoying about the snowfall is if you have to clean it or if you have to drive in it. That's the only thing annoying about the snowfall. But what I'm saying to you is that your weather in England, or when you say you have 12 degrees Celsius, you are freezing.
No, it's not me leaving so bad. I get my son. I get my son and sometimes I longing to see some rain.
Over there.
For real.
Well, let me tell you, darling.
So, good morning. I've been in Canada for 6.5 months. I'm going to go there from July. I remember in August summer. It was for my birthday. When we go our bar and grill, our inside was cool. And so when you come outside, you have to ask myself,
I ain't gone.
so why outside?
Yeah, break up.
People that inside.
I'm bad.
But in Ontario.
Yes, Casper.
The night chilly.
In Canada, Mandeville have sometimes colder weather than we. And St. Anne. Like I said, in Canada, in the summertime, we have nice sunny weather and we enjoy the summer. Not England, Elaine, you know.
No, so. Me enjoy summer here, go away.
Well, me enjoy my son all year round.
Right. We nice Jamaica, though.
England, Elaine, the Canadians been to England several times, and in the oh my lord, the Canadian was freezing there.
Not a thing you go so Canada, America colder than England.
Different type of cold.
Yeah, so my cold them really different too.
So Swabina resign it.
Liberty TV, that's all she don't put it all.
What she say?
For man, she don't put it if Swabina resign it.
No man, them are gonna try. Think you see your dating gone quiet?
Yeah.
Them are gonna go quiet and think say it gonna be a
die out.
90
I'm not supposed to die down.
Fish Brian, a housing project him have up from the house. Them him have up on theme page.
I know.
Yeah. Yes, Casco, American Canada cold dry. So you can bundle up.
No, him can remain quick. I will give him 24 hours for replies. If him not reply,
Where did you guys see that same 24 hours for reply?
In a letter.
I missed that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Ro ask him. Ro said reply to this in 24 hours. So you know, say if him don't, something. He might feel guilty.
Come out back.
You must have letter.
Yeah, man.
He was given an ultimatum.
Yeah, imagine when all the video drop. Today we drop Petal.
Me and Casco not see that, right, Casco? We not see this.
Me see it. Me see it. Petal. Today they say video that drop.
Mine is a verbal communication.
What is it?
I will not hear it.
What is it?
Me say for today video they drop.
If today video drop?
Yeah.
No man, if video go drop when they deny somebody something them.
Yes, man, it's true. I see them so for real, Petal. When they start deny the things, them, Mama Joy, they never go drop it.
Or depending on how the response. If
You know what them a do? Me know if a Cascadi say it, them tell Tina now, feel like Catherine and Tina friend. I tell Tina say fi tell him say fi chill.
Hey, but see her just sit down and laugh on her skinny teeth.
No, I'm not skinny teeth, it's very serious.
No, when Mr. Skinny just a laugh, you see how the fun of it, how him a get them. You know that part there? When you know say you revenge.
You know want get rid of me?
I'm hurting me now.
Yeah, I'm hurt bad. Oh God, then what you do? Then what you today, boy?
Him just want justice, you know that him want.
Yeah, he want justice. You want to satisfy himself.
Only thing can make Rose stop this is them take the seat game. I don't feel if me not think he want it back.
Him no want it at this point, cause
they not give me. Then I think give me a big old shot back, you know. Any of them turn on and give back a them shot themselves more.
No man.
They're not gonna beat man any old them friend him up or anything and alive they want and alive him.
All of that too.
Listen, right now at this point he's emotionally distraught and damaged. So him not go up to the task if them even give him back the seat.
See, not really that on him mind right now. And him can't.
Him comment when them a go on them we are the sitting with them go on with down there. And them a carry McGregor and them a chat off them mouth better than he shut them clock. If the man did even say, you know what, me go walk away in a peace. But the things that when them a say pan stage, but real man is here. All of them sitting there.
Petal.
Oh.
I wonder if nothing romantic don't come out.
No, me want know what criminal him know. Them say, them say down a Senton when the girl then with Karen, him did go down there and him didn't say down they go do the dirty work. We go to JP and do all kind of shenanigans. So, I wonder if not about Melissa I go pop out. I then put them me interested in it, you know.
Justice for that lady.
Me see the girl when named Karen office a pop up away live them. And our profile sitting about justice for Rosalie. You never see them put up nothing say justice for Melissa when Melissa did unalive or justice for all the little girl them when they unalive her, but she come about justice for Rosalie.
What about this? So then say they don't recognize those things. And then to come out, but they not come out. Man, piece of shit them.
Man, piece of shit house them be.
I tell you. It's disgusting set of people them.
Remember that one coming.
And people there in a PMP party, they don't have no love, they don't have no care, no remorse of nothing. Heartless set of people. Them.
And you know the part that hurts and sickening. Then they try to cover up their lies.
Me want,
The man have every proof.
You up to come out the road with me? You know, can song the dentist office and read and watch TV instead of lock up in there. You want to come? 10:45 me a drive on. Yeah? Come now. So we can sit and read. Here. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we're here.
Why?
You can pass around to the other one and look about your appointment. Let me tell you something. Right here now, me just want Lawrence drip all the way up. Anybody who talk now, they know why you keep quiet, you know? They know why you gone.
Never hear you shut up so yet. What you saying afraid?
He might remember that. He might have remembered that him tell Rose something and him know that bus, that bus.
Yeah,
you know, him supper.
no more.
Right now, everybody afraid. Everybody but you go tweet say, no, me did talk to. I want me did talk to him again. Me did talk to him.
Mr. Cliff shirt pretty or fat.
Cliff him, me say love this sister. Watch this here.
But Cliff, where you say Cliff do make there?
Him shirt pretty or fat.
Right now, guys, every one of them will ever have an interaction with Roe. But you hear them and go, what in them take me, you know?
No, Jesus. Hello, broke loose over the party. Yes, and so don't you trouble Zion. Our Prime Minister sang, you know.
They may not look for corruption. They may not look for corruption for much years now. The corruption they want, corruption they get.
On the government side of the upper house, the Senate, 4 vacancies.
Yeah, that's like one seat there.
Of the government side.
Left foreign, left a call.
No. Empty. Why? Resignations overnight. We're learning about this morning. And we are watching closely our phones to hear what's the word from Jamaica House and the office of the Prime Minister. Because we're learning that some, possibly not all of those 4 vacancies will be filled by the end of today. Today, the Parliament is being prorogued for the reopening of the Parliament tomorrow. Right? Tomorrow. So, these vacancies are taking on some urgency. And there have been a couple of vacancies on the government side for a few months now. And those vacancies have not been filled. And it just doesn't look tidy.
They might go feel Cliff. Jesus.
We have those vacancies lingering for months now. And here we are this morning with the resignations overnight of Senator Ransford Braham, King's Counsel, and the Deputy Mayor of Kingston, Councillor Delroy Williams. We understand that the Deputy Mayor, Williams, and Senator Braham submitted their resignations to the Prime Minister and the Governor General earlier this week. Yes? So we now have 4 vacancies. They, according to Nationwide, the departures come amid reports that the Prime Minister is moving to reinvigorate the government caucus in the Senate ahead of the new parliamentary year beginning tomorrow, Thursday, February 13. Nationwide is also reporting this morning that Williams, who is a close political ally of Prime Minister Holness, he's the councillor of one of the two divisions in the Prime Minister's West Central St. Andrew constituency. The Councillor for the Seawright Gardens division. That Williams is leaving the Senate to focus on his bid to replace the veteran MP Mike Henry as a JLP standard bearer in central Clarendon for the next general elections. So, apparently, they have settled on Delroy Williams to be the JLP standard bearer in central Clarendon. This after Mike Henry's preferred choice, the mayor of Maypen, Joel Williams, apparently met last week with the Prime Minister and an understanding was reached, a decision was reached that Mr. Williams, that's Joel Williams, oh, I'm dealing with two Williams now, Joel Williams, the mayor of Maypen, will step aside and go with Mr. Delroy Williams as a JLP standard bearer. And we expect that to be signaled to the public and the people of Central Clarendon anytime now. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we're now waiting from Jamaica House, OPM, who will be the new members of the Senate? Who will those be? Will we hear all four today, or will we hear one or two today? Yeah? There's quite a bit of speculation about who is going there from who is not going there. Yeah. Anyway, we shall see. Yesterday in the House as well, a significant step was made to implement the government's wishes to turn Portmore into Jamaica's 15th parish. And as usual, whenever this matter is raised, we now hear the stories. One side saying it is political gerrymandering, another side saying it is fulfillment of a promise that was made in the GLP manifesto some years ago. And those arguments were raised again yesterday in a fierce debate that erupted on the bill to put this into effect. The local government minister, Desmond McKenzie, he piloted the bill.
Jamaica has had 14 parishes since May 1, 1867. Today, therefore, nearly 158 years later, we are beginning the process of giving formal recognition and further empowerment to the people of the largest community in the Caribbean. We are providing through this bill, Mr. Speaker, the civic and the practical development opportunities that will allow Portmore to achieve this outstanding milestone and a fulfillment, Mr. Speaker, of a commitment made to the electorates of this country by the Jamaica Labour Party while campaigning for public office.
That's the local government minister, Desmond McKenzie. The bill is entitled the Counties and Parishes Act to declare the city municipality of Portmore the 15th parish of Jamaica and for connected matters. Yes? It will officially separate now Portmore from the wider parish of St. Catherine. It passed with 28 government MPs voting yes, 10 opposition MPs voting no. And immediately after they lost the vote, the opposition MPs walked out of the chamber. Minister McKenzie says the transition will allow for what he calls the enhanced development of Portmore.
Spent over 2 decades, Mr. Speaker, living in Portmore, and I observe and I've seen the expansion and the rise of Portmore from a very advantage, from a point that I could touch and feel the sentiments of Portmore. The bill confers the parish of Portmore. It seeks to significantly widen the door of economic and social and political development for the people of Portmore by increasing their ability, Madam Speaker, to chart their own course and to be more effective, to advocate and to manage resources available for their allocation.
It would be interesting to know what are the views of the people of Portmore on this. I'd love to get their views, because what we've been hearing are the positions of the politicians. We've not been hearing the views of the residents of Portmore. Local government minister Desmond McKenzie on the government side has been leading that, as well as the MP for South Central St. Catherine, Andrew Wheatley, and Fitz Jackson has been leading the charge from the opposition benches. He's the MP for South St. Catherine. Well, he accused the Holiness Administration again of engaging in gerrymandering. What is gerrymandering? That's a political manipulation of electoral boundaries for partisan advantage. Here is what Mr. Jackson said again yesterday.
This bill was tabled on the 28th of January 2025. That date marks a sad day in the history of this parliament. Mr. Speaker, this bill entitled An Act to Amend the Counties and Parishes Act to declare City Municipality of Portmore the 15th parish of Jamaica and for connected matters. Mr. Speaker, this bill would have been most appropriately entitled The Gerrymandering of Political Boundaries Bill of 2025. Such a bill is for the resurrection of political tribalism in Jamaica.
Fitz Jackson. He went on to accuse the government of using the bill to undermine democracy.
This gerrymandering bill is to undo the result of the local government election last February. They never won the municipality by the ballot, so they want to use their majority in parliament to achieve that. Mr. Speaker, this is a cruel act. This is a wicked act. This bill, Mr. Speaker, this is not about Portmore. It's about the democracy of this country. They have started along a slippery slope to get what they want by circumventing the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. That's what it's all about.
Fitz Jackson. On the charge as well was the local government minister who responded to that. Yes? Accusing the PNP of consistently opposing progress in Jamaica.
When Edward Siaga brought the returns of Marcus Garvey back to Jamaica, the opposition at the time demonstrated. Mr. Speaker, this country, every time something progressive is to be done, you go back to 1962, when we were a member of the West Indies Federation. The PNP opposed Jamaica leaving the West Indies Federation to become an independent nation. Huh? Again, the country had to go to a referendum because the PNP opposed to something that would move Jamaica forward. Go to 1965, 64, 65, when the late Lyndon Gaston Newland and the Jamaica Labour Party government introduced the National Insurance Scheme. The then PNP, them over there, opposed to the National Insurance Scheme, calling it sin. And today, the National Insurance Scheme is one of the greatest social programs ever introduced in this country. So, Mr. Speaker, I am not surprised. I am not surprised of the pushback that we're getting from the PNP. in the 60s, when Edward Seaga announced the construction of Independence City, you hear what they say? He might build swamp to put people to live in it. I know they're coming to claim. They can't point to one single improvement that they have done in Portmore. Not one. The Forum Hotel. The Forum Hotel. The Forum Hotel, Mr. Speaker. The Portmore Art Academy. And if you want to come to know the new municipal building in Portmore, built by the Jamaica Labour Party. Mr. Speaker, this bill, yes, yeah, but we never had the vision to build it. Never had the vision. Mr. Speaker, this bill, Mr. Speaker, should never be taken down this road. Should never, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the people of Portmore, without Mr. Speaker, I have to laugh here, Mr. Speaker, because right now, Mr. Speaker, what we are experiencing is a disconnect of reality from that side. They are out of touch. And I want them, they have the opportunity to tell us if the people of Portmore is not in support of Portmore becoming the 15th parish. I want to say, Mr. Speaker, despite all the mischiefs that have been here, remember you do have luck with referendum, you know. You do have luck with referendum. Right? You do have luck with referendum. Right? So, Mr. Speaker, all I want to say in closing this debate, because the argument done. Mr. Speaker, the administration of Dr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is implementing its commitment to build Jamaica, build communities. Today, we are building up Portmore, the largest community in the Caribbean, into a parish. In doing so, we are giving the people of Portmore the respect that is due to them. We're giving them economic opportunities. We're providing that hope that was promised to them in 2020. The prosperity is now beginning to happen. We should not allow those who have destroyed the foundation of this country to derail.
Desmond Mackenzie, the Minister of Local Government, losing the debate yesterday. I'd love to hear from the people of Portmore, the residents of Portmore. Yes? Probably we should send Blue Dot over there to find out what are the views of the people of Portmore, whether they are in support of this 15th parish or they're in support of what the PNP is maintaining, that is a grab for political power. After the break, the other big story out of yesterday, another leaked voice note dropped with the mayor of Kingston. That's after the break.
As a member of Portmore and somebody who live across the waters for 45 years, we welcome Nationwide News Network any day.
But I like to know why the people don't want to be a parish,
TV.
though.
Well, I live here for what, 30 years. But I say this to say that what Desmond is saying of a fact. From me born till now, me know my mother labor rights. And my mother has never, even though she's a labor right, have never interested to get a house in Portmore. Because her thing is, Portmore is gonna sink. It is water is gonna take back its course. So Desmond not tell no lie. That's what they said. And everybody did have the view too. You understand? Say,
all of a sudden,
no, them come and fight feet.
Exactly.
You understand? They come and fight feet. But remember, them did want Portmore to turn in a city under their governance, you know.
But me say, if no Portmore people upon the live, no want to Portmore be a parish.
No, of course.
Of course,
why not? But look now, you know. But look, this is the thing with it. They wanted to do it so this way they could keep the boundaries in their favor. But because both parties came and they saw that there were some boundaries that don't belong to Portmore because you have a Spanish town address. So a style they don't want to use.
Alright, click forward back.
Them all brain. They don't want to use them all brain to play tricks by young people. Fitz Jackson days nobody know, man.
Can they put up an age limit?
Mandate for public servants in 2021. The court in so doing overturned Justice Esco Henry's decision in 2023 that the government's vaccine mandate was unconstitutional. The full court this morning ruled in favor of the government. It was a split decision, 2 in favor, 1 against. The Justice of Appeal, Eddie Ventos, delivered the judgment of the majority. And there was no order as to costs. The government had argued that the High Court Judge, Justice Henry, erred when she ruled in March 2023 that the government's decision to fire the unvaccinated workers breached natural justice, contravened the Constitution, and was unlawful, procedurally improper, and void. Now, the full court disagree with her decision and says the government ruled in favor of the government, saying they did nothing unlawful. All right? Now, yesterday, there was another development in this KSA, MC, PNP misuse of funds for political campaign. The Mayor of Kingston, at the monthly general meeting of the corporation yesterday, addressed the issue for the second time. On the 31st of January, he had issued his statement. Yesterday, he told the councillors that $2.7 million were allocated to each municipal division without elected councillors. That allocation was made during the Christmas period. And of course, the mayor denied once again the charges, the allegations that funds from the KSAMC were distributed to PNP political representatives last December.
1.5 million provided by the KSAMC and 1.2 from the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. The mayor and the deputy mayor receive an additional 300,000 and 100,000 respectively from the ministry for their other divisions. Given my fiduciary responsibility for these 3 divisions without councillor, I was trusted with managing these funds. While I was under no obligation to engage respective Jamaica Labour Party members of Parliament deliberate decision to do so in the interest of transparency.
The mayor also said yesterday that the funds that were distributed to PNP unelected representatives were not from the KSAC, but were privately raised funds. Privately raised. They were not funds from any public body or source. He did not say that in his first statement on the matter on January 31. And that is rather strange because the essence of this story, which is why it is making news, is the accusation by the discarded Lawrence Rowe that, listen, public funds from the KSAMC were used in the run-up to Christmas last year in pursuit of supporting the People's National Party representatives on the ground in the corporate area, some of whom were not elected councillors. That is the story, you know. That's what it boils down to, as we would say, whether public funds were used for private political campaign activities. The mayor did not say that on January 31, but he said so yesterday. Yeah? And Mr. Mayor has more questions to answer. Now we hear of this $2.7 million. And we need to get further and better particulars, as Mr. Rowe, in an open letter to the mayor posted on Facebook yesterday afternoon after the council meeting, where Mr. Rowe asked Mayor Swaby, can you provide documented evidence of the approval and disbursement of the $2.7 million allocated to each division? Were formal records or council minutes kept detailing how these funds were distributed and spent? Why were portions of these funds redirected instead of being fully allocated to the members of Parliament and managed by the KSAMC Chief Engineering Officer? According to Rowe, Mayor Swaby needs to say what criteria determined the reallocation of funds to you versus the MPs. What oversight measures ensured these funds were strictly used for community projects? And did the KSAMC Chief Engineering Officer personally approve all expenditures? Can those records be made available? That is Rowe. Yeah? Now, yesterday, another voice note, this time of Mayor Swaby, was leaked to us. Yeah? The voice note has Mayor Swaby in conversation with persons, identified and unidentified, about how he, the mayor, had spoken to several individuals as part of an effort to help his political friends in his bid to ensure that Central Kingston is won by the PNP on election day, and also to protect him, Mayor Swaby, because, as you will hear in the voice note, he is very mindful of the fact that he's a neighbor of Central Kingston. You want us to take the break before? Okay. No, you don't want me to take. What do you want me to do? Break. All right, go to the break.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose.
Metal, there is something why he
Yeah.
wants to win back. Make sure that seat win. Eh? Am I right, man? There's some reason why he wants to secure Kingston Central seat.
Then
So,
him back,
go bust out and him the one
because he need to have the central and the municipal in a corner,
Yeah,
so then can manipulate
yeah.
things. You understand?
You know, hear him say if him know you know, hear him say if him know anything backside what I do every year.
Yeah.
That means the level of corruption that is happening at the KSLC is far more than we think.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious.
That's why they had glad hold the local. That's why they buy out the local government election like that, because they wanted the KSAMC in their corner. They wanted central. You understand? So they do everything. You understand? So them have money, because them can't come as Spanish Town, you know. Spanish Town is busted. So they want to take the extortion and the under and fund them dons from elsewhere. You understand? And because they want to push out Desmond, you understand? Because Desmond is not having the corruption that they're into, and them can't do what them like when Desmond is at the helm.
And if you can't control the Don, that means you don't stand a chance.
They tried their best to dismantle gangs. That's why we know what how we
just ask Roxanne to write out the name on it here. We forgot to write out the name on it.
Those are the reasons that we can't get rid of crime, and those are the reasons that's why they live on crime so much better. And say
Terry Sabrati. Just tell Roxanne, she will know for the name right now.
You understand? That's why they live on crime so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And we can't get rid of crime because they know how
and have no
crimes are happening. They have no interest because they're funding the crime. They're the ones behind the crime. That's why when these things happen, you can't find a hole. You understand? And you know, so one look at one funny thing, you know. The young man, the councillor that passed, this prominent councillor that passed, down that side, you know, West Kingston, you know, that this young, vibrant Jermaine, you know, that was doing so well, you know, and him just passed, him just died, just sudden so. You understand? And they saying it is heart attack. Mr. Mackenzie said he was going to get to the bottom of it, you know. And guess what? We're not putting nothing past them and previous people, you know. You understand? So them get rid of, so maybe at them get rid of this councillor youth, you know, this young, vibrant youth, you know.
Resources.
May I swear by them wickedness.
What he didn't say very clearly were whether those resources were coming from the coffers of the KSAMC. Listen to George Davis's report on that.
In the leaked audio to our news center, Swaby uses the word money once, but he uses the phrase gel the thing together and grill up the thing to suggest he has taken deliberate action to help the PNP win in central Kingston and save his own political skin. Our sources say the audio was recorded on December 31, 2024. Here is what the mayor and the chairman of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, Andrew Swaby, was heard saying about his efforts to prevail upon certain named individuals to reward him later for favors he would do for them now. Listen carefully as Mayor Swaby speaks about his deliberate actions.
I have tried in my way to help to gel the thing together. I talk to Charmian, I talk to Charmian's sister, I talk to other people in my constituency. I want even tell us if I may go have this with the sports team, I keep on handling them over 3 dinner. And me and Bull and them and they talk. And in a mile ago, we try and help them. That we can't say, boy, if the time come, we can't, if they don't need me talk to them, we can't talk. Even Christmas, we help them, you know. Even Christmas, we said something to give them. I mean, do it deliberately so, and I go to the car and say, be one in a position for us, boy, then they put me bother, and we can't talk to them.
So who is this bull, Mayor Swaby? Is he the reputed Don from Top Road in central Kingston? Mayor Swaby goes on to explain to the man he's speaking with that the reason he has taken deliberate action to help certain people in central Kingston is because he has seen those people act in a certain way when other men gave them money. He then says that both he and Audrey took a deliberate look at how best to help certain individuals in central Kingston.
Me know the role within the player when other man come on the come get them. That's why me that try say, let me talk to them to make sure say we will clean thing up, then they can't pay in our mind.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and everything me do a man comes to me talk with me do me help in the Christmas, we go far and wide. That's why me come here all the sit down, I will look for it like I'm saying. It's a ABC car. We know we target Central Kingston to win. We know that. I mean, I look for the whole run. I look for and say, do you want PNP win? And my backside of the door when we have an MP and a Central Kingston. The bar that them come closer to me. They have more than one interest. Why you want Central Kingston?
Mayor Swaby did not identify the Audrey he referred to in the clip. Who is this Audrey, Mayor? And what role does she play in helping you decide how to allocate resources that come through the KSAMC? Based on how he mentioned her, it would appear as if that Audrey is known to both himself and the man with whom he was having that conversation